Presenting the colors this evening are Winnicott High School's Marine Corps JROTC Color Guard. Carrying the national flag is Cadet Sergeant Ryan Wilson, and carrying the Marine Corps colors is Cadet Sergeant Jason Ramos. They are escorted by Cadet Captain Celeste Stanwood and Cadet Sergeant Dominique Magliaro. At this time, I would like to present Carly Elizabeth Birch, Senior Class Historian, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem, performed to you by the Winnicott Band.
Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to the Winnicott High School graduation for the class of 2017. Before I say a few words to the graduates, I would like to introduce our invited guests. Our guest speakers, Senator Maggie Hassan, retiring teacher Janice Arsenault, Superintendent of Schools, SAU 21, Dr. Robert Sullivan, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, SAU 21, Dr. Rana Caderet, Superintendent of Schools, SAU 90, Kathleen Murphy. Winnicott School Board Chair, Henry Marsh. Winnicott School Board members, Fran Henderson and Catherine Antonio. Senior Class Principal Aaron Abood. And Senior Class Advisors Rachel Roberts and James Connolly. I would like to acknowledge Ken Martin and the band and Patrick Moore and the chamber singers and thank them for their participation in tonight's ceremony. Thank you to the custodial staff for tonight's setup, John Proto for the sound system, and Derek Roberts for the live stream broadcast. Thank you to Amy Scholes for getting you ready tonight. And thank you for the class marshals who will be leading tonight's ceremony and directing you, Taylor Yealy and Isabel Johnston. Graduates, let's take a moment to recognize the faculty and staff here this evening that have provided you the instruction and guidance to reach this point tonight. A special thank you to the teachers and staff that are retiring for their many years of service. Janice Arsenault, Kathy Silver, Gail Perkins, Karen Jones, and Ann Spring. We wish them the best of luck in their retirement. We will also miss teachers Jessica Cummings, Lauren Brown, and the UNH interns who have served you this year, but they are leaving us to pursue other opportunities. Thank you. Congratulations to each of you, the class of 2017. Today's ceremony is an opportunity for you to relax, to reflect upon your successes, and to feel proud of yourselves and your accomplishments. Congratulations are also in order for your families and friends who have been a vital part of your success. Graduates, let's take a moment to acknowledge the family and friends who have provided the support and guidance for each of you. Tonight, we recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2017 as they graduate from Winnicott High School. The class of 2017 is here tonight after successfully completing all of the graduation requirements set forth by the Winnicott School Board. 4 years ago, you entered through the doors of Winnicott High School as freshmen, each arriving with different backgrounds and experiences. Think back when we first met in the auditorium. What were your thoughts as you sat and listened to the many pieces of advice? What were your expectations? Different location, but once again, here you sit before me. What are your thoughts now? What are your expectations? Winnicott, Place of Pines, has been the place where you have come together as one. As one, you are the class of 2017. With your classmates, you have formed bonds and friendships, accepted challenges, and overcame obstacles to achieve the best for all. You have learned to accept differences and not judge them, and have worked to create a positive environment for the school. You have demonstrated the essential skills and academic competencies to be successful. More important, though, you have attained and demonstrated such attributes as creativity, collaboration, communication, and critical thinking. Each of you has seized the opportunities available to you to complete your high school requirements. Goals were set, and through your hard work and desire, you have achieved your goals. You have followed different paths, and now you are here, prepared and ready to begin the next phase of your life. Have a vision of where you want to go and set goals to get there, whether it is in the workforce, at college, traveling the world, or the military service. At this time, I would like the following students to stand and to remain standing until all are introduced. Please hold the applause until all are standing. William Michael Manas, Coast Guard. Tyler Russell Merry, Air Force. Dylan Scott Plaisted, Marines. Luke James Sanborn, Navy. Jonathan Michael Santiago, Army. Hunter Matthew Strom, Air Force. These 6 young adults will be serving our country. Please give them a round of support. Let's take a moment to reflect upon the successes you have experienced, the projects completed over the years, and your activities both far and near. What impact have they had on you, your classmates, your family, and your community? Let me mention a few. Winnicott recently was recognized as the 2017 New Hampshire High School of Excellence. Class of 2017, you have been an integral part of that award. Remember, Winnicott has won. Thank you. Academically, 55% of the class of 2017 have been recognized as New Hampshire scholars, pursuing a well-rounded and challenging curriculum that includes English, math, science, social studies, and foreign language. Over 50% of the class of 2017 have participated in extended learning opportunities, learning outside the classroom, and forming over 80 community partnerships. Earlier this week, over 70 scholarships totaling over $100,000 were awarded to many of you. In addition, many of you received scholarships from the university and colleges that you will be attending. I'm sure that the total amount far exceeds this. Class of 2017, you have made significant contributions to the community, logging over 9,300 hours of community service. I'm sure there are many more that have been unlogged. Clearly, you have made an impact, and I know that you will continue to make an impact and achieve great success. Whatever you get involved in, I urge you to do it for the right reasons. Do it because you sincerely care about it and truly enjoy it. You will have to achieve a balance in what you do, but keep in mind what the goal should be. Is it something worthwhile, and does it provide assistance to others? It is not about demonstrating what you know, but being able to demonstrate that you care. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded. You should all be extremely proud of your accomplishments tonight. I feel fortunate to have been able to watch you grow and learn and become part of Winnicott's warrior pride and spirit. Whatever course your future takes, it is my sincere hope that you will reflect upon the experiences here as having prepared you to meet and deal with the challenges that life will present. Remember your family and friends that have guided and assisted you to this point. While you may be moving away from them, they will be there in the background to support you. Stay in touch with them. 4 years ago, I gave you some words of advice to be successful in high school. I repeat them here tonight, for they are equally important as you leave high school. Be respectful and show respect to all. Be present and on time every day and prepared. Have a smile on your face throughout the day. On behalf of myself and the faculty and the staff, I wish to each and every one of you the happiness of a productive life, the respect of your fellow human beings, and the love of your family. May the future be yours. Best of luck and congratulations to the class of 2017. Thank you. At this time, I ask Duncan Alexandra Thorpe, Senior Class Secretary, to introduce the Winnicott School Board Chair for his greetings to the class.
It is an honor to introduce the Winnicott High School School Board Chairperson, Mr. Henry Marsh. Mr. Marsh is a 1961 Winnicott graduate. As an alumni, Mr. Marsh continues to serve the Winnicott community as a member of the Winnicott School Board. His tenure on the board began in 2007. He is a great advocate and supporter of all things Winnicott. Please welcome Henry Marsh.
It's kind of ironic that I'd be introduced by Miss Thorpe. She grew up on Pine Road. I grew up on Pine Road. So there's the irony. The situation on that particular road, I'll just give you a little bit. On that road, several state champions, several Olympians, and also one was the president of the Minnesota Twins. So on that street, it was quite imperative that you did the right thing. So, but coming, and they all went to Winnicott as well. But before I get into my speech, I'd like anyone that has attended Winnicott, if you would stand, please. I know we have a lot of people in the audience that attended Winnicott. Be proud. Okay? This is your school as well. These are your graduates. And we invite the graduates tonight to come back at any time. We will greet you with open arms. In talking with the teachers earlier this evening, this class, without a doubt, in their mind, is the best class. I'm not just saying that, but the class that they have enjoyed the most, many of them with long tenures here. You are impressive. You've done great things. And I want to thank you as the board chair. I really didn't see any of you this year in a non-complimentary position coming before the school board, and we really appreciate. But we also have one person here that, not to embarrass the person, but she was a member of our school board. And we really appreciated everything that she had to say at our school board meetings. Many school boards do not have a student or student advocate on that board. And not to embarrass her, everyone knows who she is, but she's sitting in the front row here. So, but I want to welcome the class of 2017. Enjoy your evening. I'll probably see you at UNH a little later. Enjoy.
Would Aiden Kylie Kittredge, student class president, please come forward for the Winnicott salute.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start off by recognizing that none of us would be sitting here anxiously waiting to receive our diplomas without the love, support, and dedication of so many people. I speak for myself as well as the entire graduating class when I say thank you. Thank you to the administration and staff for enriching our lives and teaching us far more than what the Common Core requires. And thank you to our family and friends for everything you do to ensure we succeed. It's hard to believe that it has been just 4 short years since we first walked through the halls of Winnicott. As freshmen, we had no idea what this place had in store for us. Since then, we have struggled through book reports, crammed for math tests, and spent hours working on presentations. We've attended pep rallies, sports games, plays, musicals, club activities, and volunteer events. All of these memories have helped to shape us into the people that we are today. We have learned some of life's most important lessons, not only from the lectures and lesson plans, but from the memories we have made throughout our high school careers. We have learned more than how to read and write. We have learned how to think critically, question what's right and wrong, make good decisions, and form our own opinions. The last 4 years have prepared us for life after high school. As we go forward, it will be our job to apply the lessons that we have learned in order to succeed in whatever our futures may hold. Remember to learn from the memories you make. Take time to appreciate each moment in life. Time truly does fly, as they say. Take some time to recognize who's sitting to your left and to your right, who came to see you walk across the stage, and how it feels to have accomplished something so great. When you look back on your graduation day, you'll want to remember these things. My wish for you is to be able to stop and smell the roses. Over the last few months, I've heard my classmates say how they just can't wait to leave this place. Do not wish your time away. Be grateful for your time in high school. Whether you enjoyed it or not, you have grown so much from your time here. And you will continue to grow, because your journey does not end here. Regardless of how much we grow in the future, we should never forget our roots. No matter where we go, what further accomplishments we make, we should never forget where we come from. We'll be moving on to college, the military, or the workforce, but in the end, we are all warriors at heart. Thank you for allowing me to lead you as class president over the past few years, and congratulations to the class of 2017.
Student Council President Isabel Healy Domingos will come forward to deliver her message to the class.
Good evening. I would like to say that it has been an honor being your student body president for the past year. Thank you for that opportunity. And thank you, Michael LaJoy, for providing some advice on my words tonight. On behalf of all my classmates, I would like to thank the administration and the teachers for their constant guidance, and all of our family and friends for their support. Lastly, as a class, we owe a huge thank you to Mrs. Kraft. Her kindness and willingness has helped us all in so many ways. As student body president, I've had the chance to visit several other high schools. Each time I've returned from a visit, my mind has settled on the same realization. Out of all the other schools out there, Winnacunnet is one of the best. There are so many opportunities here that other schools don't offer. As I'm sure all of us have found throughout our 4 years, the paths to finding your niche are endless. Looking back at ourselves as incoming freshmen in 2013, how oblivious we were to the bounty of opportunities that lay in our hands. It's remarkable how much we've grown since that point. Recently, I was reminded of this by a story I heard from a teacher about a fisherman and his boat. The fisherman cared very much about this boat, and every time he returned from the sea, he would fix it up for his next journey. After years of repairs, the fisherman eventually realized he had just about replaced every piece of the boat. He began to wonder, was this the same boat he had started with? Or had he unintentionally built a new one somewhere along the line? I've had some time to think about it, and I've concluded that the meaning of this story lies within each of us. We're both boats and fishermen. During our 4 years at Winnacunnet, we've worked diligently to replace, evolve, and improve parts of ourselves. Every one of us has had experiences here that have made us better people. We've grown stronger, smarter, kinder, and more confident with our decisions and ourselves. Yes, we've changed, but in the end, we're still individuals. You're still you, I'm still me. I still overwhelm myself with extracurriculars and stress over that test tomorrow. I still laugh at bad puns and look forward to going out with friends. We may have changed, but we're still the same boats. In essence, we've become truer versions of ourselves. By the end of this ceremony, we'll all be navigating our own uncharted territory. That sounds a little terrifying, but I know we're ready. You know we're ready. All the people here know we're ready. Now is the time to look back on the course we've sailed and take pride in what we have accomplished. I can't wait to see where we go and what we find. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Would Emily Elizabeth Waltz please come forward to introduce our guest speaker, Senator Maggie Hassan.
In the second trimester of my senior year, I was fortunate enough to be a part of a class taught by Mr. Kevin Fleming. As many of you know, the classes taught by Mr. Fleming often contain many interesting stories, amusing jokes, and political debates. However, there is one person in the political arena whom he speaks frequently and fondly about. It is not a surprise that such high praise could be awarded to this specific individual, given her numerous impactful accomplishments. After earning her BA degree from Brown University, she went on to earn her JD degree from the Northeastern School of Law. She was first elected to the New Hampshire Senate in 2004, serving the people of the 23rd District, and held this position for 6 years. During these 6 years in office, she was selected by her colleagues to serve as the President pro tempore and Majority Leader of the State Senate. In 2013, she was sworn in as the 81st Governor of New Hampshire, becoming the second woman in American history to be elected governor and United States Senator, along with fellow New Hampshire Senator Jeanne Shaheen. During her several terms in the numerous offices that she held, she has never strayed from the values that first drew her to public service. She is a strong advocate of children with disabilities, expanding access to job training, making college more affordable for students and families, helping innovative businesses grow and create good jobs, and building a more inclusive economic future where people who work hard to get ahead can stay ahead. And with that being said, it is my pleasure to introduce the woman behind all these amazing accomplishments, Senator Maggie Hassan.
Wow. Thank you, Emily, so much for that introduction, and thank you, Mr. Fleming, for being such a good PR person. I am very, very grateful. Kevin and I have stories to tell, which may be another time. Look, Emily, thank you for the introduction. Principal McGowan, and to the Winnicott School Board members and administrators, thank you for including me tonight. Congratulations to all of the retiring teachers. A lifetime of commitment to education and to our young people is something we all need to take a minute to stop and appreciate. So could we have another round of applause for all of the retiring teachers? And congratulations to the Winnicott High School class of 2017. We are here today to celebrate your many successes and the journey that you've taken to reach this moment. And as we do that, I want you to take a minute and look around this wonderful gym, which wasn't always here when I was your state senator, a recent development. Look around the people here for a minute, because you have friends and family who have helped you get to this moment. You have teachers, administrators, adults, and friends sitting right with you who helped you get through some bumpy times. And one of the things I want you to remember from tonight, which is a night full of so much excitement and celebration, is that whatever successes you have from here on out, remember that success is a team effort, and there are lots of people who helped you get here and will help you with those future successes. And when you have challenging times, remember this image here. Remember, you are not alone. You have friends who want to help you, family who will stand with you. That's what makes a life of meaning and success. So to families and friends, thank you for helping these young people reach this point tonight. You have all had different paths. You have different stories and you have different dreams. But all of you share a very important trait, that no matter what obstacles life has thrown your way, you kept your head up, you worked hard, now you're high school graduates. You've invested your time and energy in your future, and for that, I am honored to be here with you this evening as you take the next step into that future. Whether pursuing higher education or entering the workforce, you will all have more opportunities because you invested in your education. No matter what path you choose to take, your accomplishments here will help prepare you for success. And as many of you know from your own experiences already, it's important to remember that the path you end up on might be different than the one you imagine today. When I went off to college, I thought I would become a doctor. But over the course of my college career and a tough time with chemistry, I learned that a career in medicine wasn't for me. Instead, I found myself pulled into another direction, towards social services and then law school. Later, as my husband and I watched our community fully embrace our son Ben, who was born with serious disabilities, I was drawn into becoming an advocate for children like Ben, and eventually I was drawn into public service to ensure that every child is given the opportunity to succeed that he was. These experiences cemented lessons I began to learn very early in life, and frankly, very early in the morning. Growing up, my family would eat breakfast together most days, and when my father wasn't reading the newspaper, he would turn to me and my brother and sister and ask us about our plans for the day. From time to time, the question my dad, a World War II veteran, would ask was, "What are you going to do for freedom today?" Now that is kind of a big question to ask a fourth grader. It's a pretty big question to ask a high school graduate too. And while there may not have been much I could do about it during my childhood, it is a question that proved to have a lasting impact on me. It got me and my siblings thinking about the world beyond ourselves. It made us realize that our dad and his whole generation had saved the world from a tyrant, one of the most evil people in our history, Adolf Hitler, preserving and strengthening our freedom. It inspired us as we went about the business of growing up to think about what it takes to live in freedom, the rule of law, inclusion, opportunity, fairness. As a young mother, it led me to think especially about inclusion and fairness, and about the importance of the people who had come before my family, who had made it possible for the Hassans to live like any other family, teachers and advocates, parents and grandparents who fought so that children who experienced disabilities like our son Ben could go to school in their hometowns, make friends, learn, stay with their families. Today, you are thinking about what your future careers may be. As you do that, I urge you to also consider my dad's question and the critical job that we all share, that of a citizen in a democracy. You are all now graduating at a time of great uncertainty. The world and our economy are changing rapidly around us. But because of the skills you've developed here, you are well equipped to take on these challenges today and to take them on for years to come. And as a citizen in our democracy, you will also have a role to play in making sure that our state and our nation are prepared to take on these challenges too. New Hampshire and America can emerge from this period of change even stronger, and we can do it because of the power of each of us and all of us to make a difference. We can do it because of citizens who wake up and answer the question, what am I doing for freedom today? In every corner of our nation, people are engaging in their communities, standing up for their values, and working to make a difference. Civic engagement can be something as simple as making your voice heard to your legislators and fighting for the priorities and policies that you are passionate about. No matter whether you are a Democrat, Republican, or Independent, your voice matters, and your democracy depends on you using it. When you speak up about your lives and your values, you have the ability to create real change and impact policies that have a direct effect on the lives of your fellow citizens. As I travel across our state, everywhere I go, people take the time to share their stories and their priorities with me. It's one of the things that makes New Hampshire such an extraordinary place. Often, right now, I hear about the opioid crisis, the devastating public health and safety crisis epidemic facing our state. I hear inspiring stories from those in recovery, working to put their lives back together. And I hear tragic stories from siblings, parents, and friends who know the pain of having a loved one taken from them far too soon. All of these stories are critical in breaking down the stigma of addiction and pushing for solutions. I witnessed this in April when I visited the White House with 9 of my Senate colleagues to meet with New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, the chairman of the president's recently established Commission on Combating the Opioid Crisis. During that meeting, senator after senator told the stories of their constituents. Those stories drove our conversation and the conversation about what policies we need to enact to combat this crisis. We were able to talk in detail and with passion about what was happening to the people in our state, because the people in our state made a point of talking to us. They were doing their part for freedom and doing their jobs as citizens by standing up and talking about who they are, what they believe, what their lives are like, and by doing so, insisting that they matter. By engaging this way, they helped make change happen, helped us build our initial response to the epidemic, and their stories will be critical to the changes we still need to make. Never underestimate the value of engaging with your legislators and with your fellow citizens, of finding an issue that you are passionate about and dedicating yourself to it. When you do this, it has the capacity to affect countless others. Every single graduate here today has shown the desire to invest in themselves through their education. Because of your education at Winnicott High School, you are better prepared to pursue opportunities that will help you craft a brighter future for yourselves and for the economy of your state. As you embark on the next chapter of your life's journey, I encourage you to continue to take the time to learn more about the issues and policies that have a direct impact on your lives and the lives of your friends and families. And I encourage you to engage in our democracy and to continue building on our founders' compact, that compact to create a more perfect union. Our nation was founded on the very core value that can be summed up in 2 words: everybody counts. Our founders believed that when we are free to work hard and to follow our dreams, no matter our circumstance or background, we unleash the talent and energy of each of us, honoring the cause of human dignity and freedom, to be sure, but also allowing our country to compete, to grow, and thrive. And while we know that our founders, frankly, didn't count everybody at first, right? They had faith that we would continue to strive to build a more perfect union. The success of our country, what some have called the American experiment, relies on each generation to build on the progress of the last. That's why your leadership and your commitment is so essential. As you work to further develop the skills you've learned and build a brighter future for yourselves, it's critical that you engage in the citizen democracy that drives us forward. If you take the time to sit down, listen, and work with someone whose perspectives and life experience differs from your own, you can create a deeper understanding from which we all can learn. And I encourage you all, in whatever way you can, to work to help us realize our founders' vision of communities, an economy, and a country where everybody counts. This road will not be easy. Democracy can be hard work. It's about passion and problem solving, tradition, culture, and change. And ultimately, it's about convincing those who are comfortable and powerful to make room for and share power with those who aren't. But take what you have learned here at Winnicott High School. take those skills and advocate for your priorities that you care deeply about, both in your future career and in your role as citizen. Bring to bear all of your experiences and who you are, and fight to make progress for New Hampshire and our entire nation. If you do, ours will continue to be a success story, and we will all thrive. I am so honored to have been asked to be with you today, and I look forward to everything that you will all accomplish. Congratulations again, class of 2017. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to ask John Clayton Rademacher, the class of 2017 Salutatorian, please come forward.
I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm coming off of a cold. Thank you. Before I begin, I would like to take this time to thank everyone who helped me to get to this position. To my teachers, my closest friends, my lacrosse and hockey teams, my family and all my cousins, and my coaches throughout the years, I thank you all. I would especially like to thank my mom and dad, who nurtured my love of learning and innate curiosity for the entirety of my childhood, and always pushed me to achieve greater and greater accomplishments. I'd also like to thank all of my AP teachers for opening my eyes to the world of their expertise. To Mr. Keene for introducing me to the physical world as described by mathematics. To Mr. Edgar for deepening that knowledge in such a heartfelt and passionate way, even if it meant sacrificing his back to a bed full of nails. To Mr. Nash for providing real-world applications to everything he taught and having faith in an amateur, overpriced, homemade lemonade with peppermint and nitrous oxide in it. To Mr. Myers for being the only person who gets more passionate and excited about statistics than I've ever seen, as this is a quality I see in myself. To Mr. Michaud, who opened my eyes to the incredible world of calculus by sending me out of the room, a world that I have spent hours on Wikipedia researching. To Mr. Tomes, who never failed to be a source of hope and light in my academic career, and always reminded me of the important things in life through every book we read. And finally, to Mr. Muthig, who completely altered my intended major in college from some sort of engineering to computer science by letting me correct his tests. I don't believe I deserve to be up here, and I will tell you why. Sure, I may have earned some of the best grades in my class for my entire high school career, but to me this means nothing. These grades don't measure intelligence by any means at all. I did not build a working power plant in 7th grade. One of your peers did. And I did not speak 2 languages by the age of 6, and subsequently 3 by 10 years old. I cannot instantly tell you which direction is west or which way Lake Winnipesaukee is. I was not a star athlete all throughout my youth development, and I'm not perfectly comfortable and confident with giving this speech right now. With that said, I would like to talk about the theory of multiple intelligences, all 9 of them. These multiple intelligences were first theorized in 1983 by Dr. Howard Gardner of Harvard University, and they attempt to qualitatively describe the capabilities of the human mind as categories of intelligence. The intelligences are visual/spatial. Which direction is Texas? I certainly can't tell you. They learn best through pictures and are exceptionally adept with jigsaw puzzles, maps, graphs, and 3D models. Architects and sailors have this intelligence. Bodily kinesthetic. The athletes of our society, they understand their bodily movements and are very good at controlling their fine motor functions. They communicate well through body language and hand movements. Surgeons and skilled craftsmen have this intelligence. Musical. They understand sounds, rhythms, chords, progressions, and melodies in their environment. Whether this intelligence is put to making a symphony or drumming away on paint buckets in the streets of Boston, music is an intelligence nonetheless. Interpersonal, the talkers. They enjoy communicating orally and would do a much better job delivering this speech. They have a high degree of emotional intelligence and do a great job at empathizing for others. Intrapersonal. To contrast with the previous intelligence, they understand their own self-interests and continually reflect on their own actions. They read many books, write in diaries, and enjoy spending time alone. They are great goal makers. Linguistic. Your English teacher is off the charts with this one. They are keen at using their words to learn and teach. More often than not, they can speak multiple languages. They enjoy creative writing, such as poetry, narratives, and stories. These people are very good at games like Scrabble and Boggle. Logical/mathematical. This is the kid who sits next to you in math class who can't stop talking about derivatives and why, quote, right triangles are cool. They know numbers very well and enjoy finding mathematical relationships in their daily life. They are good at proving hypotheses and deducing conclusions using logical steps. Naturalist. If you feel like your best self when surrounded by the natural world, then you have this intelligence. They are good at identifying plants and animals and find peace existing away from the industrialization of society. They are great chefs and botanists. Existential. This is the other kid who sits next to you in math class and stares out the window, wondering what his purpose is in that class. They enjoy tackling big questions about our universe, like why we are here, the meaning of life, and the purpose of religion. Not one of us sitting in this gym has a strength in all of these intelligences. Most of us are great at one or two, and completely average or even weak at the others. Our grades in high school measure our ability to test well and spit back information that has been taught to us, not our true capabilities as intellectuals. What I'm trying to get at is that I am no more deserving of speaking right now than any of you, class of 2017. All I am is another graduate with a skill set that is just as unique as any other. There are painters, engineers, business people, architects, investors, mechanics, comedians, musicians, pilots, chefs, philosophers, radio personalities, athletes, doctors, and much more in front of me who deserve to be up here. Every profession needs a professional, and every intelligence deserves as much praise and approbation as every other. You are all brilliant in one way or the other, and it is your responsibility in life to find that brilliance and put it to good use. However, it is even more of your responsibility to recognize the brilliance in your community and peers. Their intelligence is unique and has a purpose where yours would fall short. I trust that all of you will find peace in doing what you love, and I want you to always remember that no matter what your job is, who you work with, or where you end up, you matter. Your skills are irreplaceable, and your intelligence will always be unique. Be irreplaceable, class of 2017. Thank you.
It is my great pleasure to bring up the Winnicott High School class of 2017 valedictorian, Krista Marie Skibbets.
Parents, relatives, faculty, and fellow graduates, I'm going to start off tonight with some thank yous. First, to my parents, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me so far that has allowed me to reach this milestone, from simply putting food on my plate to always encouraging me to do my best. To my older sister, thank you for being my best friend, my role model, and my most up-to-date resource on how to survive high school. To the faculty, thank you for dedicating every day to inspiring me, along with the rest of the graduating class of 2017, to become better people and pursue our passions. Now, the class of 2017. Many people have been congratulating me throughout the past week for being your valedictorian, but I don't think that this title holds very much meaning in the grand scheme of things. When you think about it, your grade point average is a pretty arbitrary measure of success. Plus, there are roughly 37,000 high schools across America, which means that I am merely one of 37,000 valedictorians in this country in 2017 alone. So how much value does being named valedictorian really hold? Not very much. Don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of all the hard work that I've put in to get here, but being ranked #1 at Winnicott High School this year doesn't make me queen of the world. Honestly, it might just mean that I'm above average at guessing on multiple choice. This past year, we as a class have been the top dogs of Winnicott. As seniors, we've been ruling the school. We've had blocks off and skip days. We've rigged pep rallies and won them. We've been named captains of our sports teams, given leads in school productions, and become various club officers. We've been who everyone else in the school wishes they were. But after tonight, we leave high school and we enter the real world. Whether it be in college, in the workforce, or in the military, we're going to be the youngest, most inexperienced people there. We aren't going to be the main attractions. We might even just be afterthoughts. As millennials, we're going to face adversity. Others believe that our generation has had everything handed to us. We are expected to act entitled and give up when things get hard. Don't give anyone with these assumptions a reason to believe that they are right. Be the anomaly. Break the mold. Refuse to fulfill the stereotype. It's okay to be proud of yourself. Tonight, we're graduating high school, and that's certainly something to be proud of. But know the difference between pride and arrogance. You are all incredible individuals, but don't for one moment think that you are more important or more deserving of respect than the person next to you. Whether they're your equals, your superiors, or your inferiors, always be considerate to those around you. Work hard and be confident in your abilities, but know your place and don't overstep. You won't always be right, but be receptive to criticism and be willing to learn. Don't be too proud to ask for help. We're just starting out in the real world, and every one of us has a lot to learn. Tonight marks the end of us being the big fish in a small pond. Tomorrow, we will all go our separate ways, and we'll each begin journeys into our own unknowns. While we don't know exactly what the future has in store, I am certain that we will each do extraordinary things and be successful in our own ways. I encourage you to handle your successes with grace, and in the wise words of Kendrick Lamar, be humble. Congratulations, class of 2017. Good luck to you and all that your future holds. Thank you.
This time I ask Patrick Moore and the Chamber Singers to come forward.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all.
But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these
Hello? Okay. Try this one more time. Senior Class Vice President Abby Danielle Merrill, please come forward to introduce retiring teacher and guest speaker Janice Arsenault.
As the two-year Vice President of the Class of 2017, it is my great honor to be here today to introduce our second speaker. Our class decided that we wanted one of our speakers to be someone who left a lasting impact on not only our school, but the Winnacunnet community. Janice Arsenault has dedicated the past 18 years to being a business teacher here at Winnacunnet. With her previous career being an accountant, she was able to bring her skills here to teach accounting, personal finance, business law, and international finance. She also was the advisor for the Student Council for 10 years, coached the Life Smarts Club, and was the advisor for both the Positive Pathways and Finlit. We thank her for all she did for WHS, and we wanted her to leave her final mark before her retirement. Without further ado, please welcome Miss Janice Arsenault.
Parents, families, congratulations. You should be very proud of your sons and daughters. It was not always easy for them to achieve what they did to get here, but they did it. They're here. They made it. Any of you who have ever spoken to me while your student was here, whether as your son or daughter's teacher or advisor, have heard me refer to them as my kids. After the ceremony tonight, they're all yours forever. So for one final time, I ask you to let me speak to my kids. Class of 2017, thank you for allowing me to address you tonight. I am feeling all of the anxiety that you must have felt doing presentations in your classes. This isn't easy, but it is such an honor to have the opportunity to speak with you as you embark on your future. My wish is to impart on you whatever bits of knowledge and wisdom we have yet to share. In 2005, I was senior class advisor, and the student body president was in my classroom trying to write her speech. She was researching high school speeches and checking facts and statistics and getting very frustrated. I told her to stop the research and just speak from her heart. She did. Her speech was wonderful, and tonight I hope to speak to you from my heart. Every graduation speech seems to be filled with advice, and this one won't be much different. I've been around for a while. I've made mistakes, but hopefully learned something from them. I've made big changes in my life, and I'm on the threshold of another big change, retirement. I have never pretended to know everything with you. I'm not an expert on life, but I've lived it for a long, long time. The advice I give you tonight is something that I truly believe in. First, be yourself. Sometimes that may seem the hardest person to be, but it's you. Embrace who you are. You're the only person that can be you, and no one can be a better you. Do what you believe is best. Follow your dreams. If they change, follow your new dreams, but make them yours. Many of you know that I had at least 2 dreams that became careers. I was an accountant for many years, and I loved it. But in my heart, I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. I would drive by schools on my way to work and knew that that was where I belonged. It was pretty scary, but at 47 years old, with the support of my family, I changed my path and became a teacher. And I have never regretted that. I have lived that dream out happily. So follow your heart. Next, don't be afraid. Don't think you can't, because you can. Don't let even one opportunity pass you by because you are afraid to try. You won't always succeed. No one always succeeds. But if you don't try, you'll never succeed. Look the times you don't succeed right in the eye and learn from them. You're stronger than any disappointment you could ever face. Don't give up. That doesn't mean you can't change your mind, change your plans, change your goals, and move on to something entirely different. Just don't give up. Be loyal. Be faithful to yourself first. Believe in what you believe and defend your beliefs to anyone who challenges them. Be faithful in your love of family and friends. They will be the ones who will be by your side when you need them. And at some time in our lives, we all need someone. Don't be afraid to need someone. You will quickly learn who is there to help you. And that's not a one-way street. You have to be there for those who may need your love, your company, your shoulder. Be a son or daughter, a brother or sister. Be a friend. Be the one that others can count on. Believe me, that will be rewarding to you. Have fun. You're young and you have so much of your life ahead of you. Be serious when you need to be. Be careful always, but make the most of every opportunity to have fun. Have fun with friends. Have fun with your families. Have fun by yourself. Laugh out loud at a funny movie. Look in awe at the ocean. Sing your favorite song. Loud, really loud, and dance. And I was at senior banquet last night, so I know you can all do that. So our time at Winnicott, yours and mine, is quickly coming to an end. You're moving on to wonderful times in your life, and so am I. So any of you who have ever been in one of my classes knows that my favorite singer is Rod Stewart. So I would like to end with words from my favorite song. As you finally fly away, I'll be hoping that I served you well. For all the wisdom of a lifetime, no one can ever tell. But whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose. Forever young. Thank you, class of 2017. Thank you, Winnicott High School.
Okay, graduates, are you guys ready? Isabel, Kayla, please come forward to the podium.
Should I?
Well, because I'm so different in height from you.
I would like to ask Dr. Robert Sullivan and Aaron Abood to please come to the podium to hand out the diplomas.
Krista Marie Skibbis. John Clayton Rademacher Jr. Samuel Ernest Cranford. Mark Winfield Fagan. Charles Harry Gasparoni. Megan Marie Kazmarzik. Michael Jonathan LaJoy. Connor James Lennox. Ajay Singh Panesar. Emily Elizabeth Waltz. Carly Elizabeth Birch. Isabel Healy Domingos.
Aiden Kylie Kittredge. Abby Danielle Merrill. Duncan Alexandra Tharp. Harrison Bennett Acuna Stevenson. Madeline Sophia Allen. Sean Michael Andrews. Philip Alexander Antonio. Kelly Ann Arsenal. Jumana Alia. Megan Ann Barber Grissom. Cody Robert Barrett. Hunter Stephen Basil.
Natalie Rose Batchelder. Marcus Daniel Belmer. Olivia Ann Bessemer. Alex John Bermbis. Jeffrey Thomas Byron. Danielle Elise Boucher. Adam Clay Bork. Juanita Yannick Boyd. Mikkel Elijah Brandt. Alec Nunzio Brennan. Emily Alice Britton. Emily Rose Brown.
Morgan Catherine Brown. Serena Lee Brown. Therese Isabel Shumay Bua. Amanda Kate Burgon. Hallie Chandra Bushy. Jonna Jessica Bushway. Brendan Stephen Butland. John Patrick Cadigan IV. Kaya Aurora Cadigan. Anna Bradford Katie. Kaylee Marie Caldwell. Abigail Francis Casali.
Alexandra Lee Castine. Alexa Maria Sestroni. Nicole Elizabeth Chapman Lord. Jevin Burba Christian Chase. Seth Norman Chevalier. Christopher Richard Thomas Chisholm. Alexandra Nicole Christo. Anna Catherine Chalfie. Rachel Anna Clark. Brian Edward Coffin. Savannah Jane Coleman. Lauren Joanne Connolly.
Matthew Ryan Cooney. Bailey Alexandra Cox. Meg McKenna Cooper. Tatiana Inga Craig. Jillian E. Murray Cronin. Allison Elizabeth Crowley. John Michael Cunningham. Anastasia Lynn Daly. Gabrielle Delgado. Hannah Marie Doherty. Cassandra Lee Downs. Megan Suzanne DiZallo.
Lily Elizabeth Fenlon. John Anthony Farelli III. Michael Anthony Fiacco. Joshua Michael Finicaro Oliver. Olivia Lee Fitzgerald. Drew Lawrence Forsley. Chloe Shea Frazier. Nicholas Richard Fratto. Jerome Lewis Fuller III. Justin Hamora Gabiosa. Aaron Levi Gary Garrison. Allison Claire Giacalone.
Darren Evan Jabadlo. Haley Marie Goodwin. Claire Michelle Gourgeot. Chance Daniel Graham. Ryan Doyle Hammond. Matthew Marcus Havey. Allison Lee Hayden. Michaela Virginia Heitzelman. Morgan Adrian Hobson. Rachel Jean Ingham. Liam Christian Johannesson. Joseph David Joyner.
Abigail Charlene Joyce. Logan James Keene. Callan Marie Kennedy. Colleen Rose Kennedy. Erin Elizabeth Kennedy. Zoe Alston Cairns. Maxwell Oliver King. Michael Morris Lamprey. Rebecca Morgan Langton. Emily Marie Larson. Trevor Michael Levine. Brandon Donald LeBrun.
Jason Lee. Camden David Legacy. Bryce Granger Libby. Isabella Anderson Lofredo. Karen Ann Lynch. Nicholas Anthony Magliaro. Tyler Joseph Mallett. Ryan Michael Marshall. Griffin Patrick Mason. Kelly Ann McCabe. Morgan Hope McCabe. Cade Donovan McCadden.
Bailey Brennan McDaniel. William Michael Manas. Tyler Russell Mary. Christopher Jacob Moore. Connor Murray. Allison Elizabeth Musitano. James Bata Nash. Erica Jordan Nastasia. Connor James Newton. Carter Bradley Nichols. Leonard Robert Kainalu Nichols. Audrey Claire Notargiacomo.
Owen Michael Novak. Michaela Mary O'Leary. Eve Rachel Olin. Joseph Edward Palazzolo. Harley Ann Palmer. Emily Danielle Parks. Ryan Pelletier. Maxwell Stone Pender. Dylan Scott Plaisted. Joshua David Post. John Robert Potter. Seth Michael Preventure.
Ryan Patrick Quinn. Anthony Charles Rage. Jake William Ron. Alana Claire Radigan. Kaylee Nicole Ravel. Kayla Elizabeth Remick. Bryce Edward Rush. Stephanie Lisa Rayum. Tyler Stephen Roberts. Joshua David Robinson. Richard Allen Rockwell III. Celia Constance Rogers.
Jenna Lynn Roy. Haley Lynn Saul. Luke James Sanborn. Jonathan Michael Santiago. Frederick Jacob Shockey. Patrick Barron Scott. Jacob Thomas Sickle. Anthony Zeke Silva. Adam Francis Smith. Demetria Jane Smith. Melanie Rose Spainhauer. Brandon M. Stafford.
Sophia Jane Stepanov. Kristen Marie Stevens. Hunter Matthew Strom. Dylan Taylor. Ashley Marie Tiffany. Liam Thomas Viviano. Jessica Kathleen Vogel. Catherine Angeline Walsh. Abigail Patricia Watson. Zachary Ryan Way. Bailey Elizabeth Marie Weber. Caitlin Grace Weeks.
Joseph Anthony Wentworth. Ethan Vladimir Werchniak. Brandon Thomas Wilbur. Adam Henry Woodman. Jason Linton Warden. Samuel Tristan York. David William Tobias O'Connor, Jr. Jared Michael Baker. Zachary Aaron Schrempf. Liam Alexander McDonald.
Okay, just a few more moments. Everybody be patient while I ask the teachers to leave to form a line outside. So teachers, if you'd like to leave to form the escort line, do so. Okay, graduates, we've got 2 things to finish, but we can't finish them until, thank you. At this time, I ask Dr. Robert Sullivan to come forward.
Good evening, Winnicott class of 2017. we reach the conclusion of our graduation ceremony. But before we conduct the final activity, which is the turning of the tassels, I'd like to have Kaya Cadigan and John Cadigan come up here. And thank you. The turning of the tassels symbolizes your transition from a Winnicott High School student to a graduate of and the alumni of Winnicott High School. So for the last time at Winnicott, you will be addressed as student. And students, before you are signaled by your class marshals to stand, please check that your tassel is on the right side of your mortarboard. And before I ask the class marshals to signal the class of 2017 to stand, let's one more time recognize our class marshals, Isabel Johnston and Tyler Yaley over here. Marshals, please signal the Winnicott class of 2017 to rise. Students, please place your tassel on the left side of your mortarboard. I present the Winnicott High School graduates of the class of 2017. Yeah, I didn't want to get in there. Yeah. Right, you were in the first 3 rows.